morning. So there is advanced technology in the clouds at Popocatepetl Volcano. And you may think, Gina, no, you watch too many movies. I don't watch movies. I went to the Popocatepetl live webcam, and they've got good graphics now. It was on the webcam see? And it's fueled by Starlink. See, it's fueled by Starlink. They got a Starlink webcam. Good morning. I was watching the clouds go by, not just these, but this Popocatepetl is always, it's got all these clouds. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, for one thing, that is not a cloud. Right here, this is not a cloud. But I was watching as a bunch of clouds went by. They were like gray clouds with some white in them. And there was all these things like coming from the clouds. These things were on the edges of the clouds, and they were dropping, going toward the volcano itself as the clouds went in formation. And I thought, no, wait a minute, they're only on the edges of the clouds. And is it ash? Because it couldn't have been ash, because as the clouds moved, so did these things move. Good morning, you all. This is serious. This is advanced technology that is, as the clouds are going over the volcano area, they're leaving the cloud and they're going down toward the volcano, and they are cube-like. They're different shapes of cubes. Good morning. So I was watching it last night, and I took this screenshot right here. That's not a normal cloud. Look at that. This is like, look how it is. It's like I got a cylinder-like head on it, a cylinder-like cap or something. But then look at the rest of this. Look at the rest of it. So I'm sorry I'm using my laptop, I am. But I wanted to look at this, you all. I wanted to look at the Popocatepl volcano last night, you all. This is no joke. Good morning, Apple Brooks. And I was thinking, I don't think it's drones. Well, it could be drones. And if it is like some type of AI drone, it is literally advanced technology in those clouds cloaked. This is what I was looking at to begin with. This is what it was looking like. I was thinking, it's always, there's a lot of cloud. There's always a lot of cloud cover at Popocatepl, and there is. And this was some of it. I know this may look like pixels, you all, but this is not pixels. It was things like this on the edges of the clouds. They were coming out of the clouds, and they were going down to Popocatepl volcano. This is their shapes. Like this. Rectangles this way, rectangles that way, little squares, little black squares, little white squares. And they were going down the volcano, right toward it. They were just dropping, and I thought, this is not ash. And it wasn't ash. See, look at this shape right here. I've seen a lot of these shapes right here. It's like outlined squares and then other things in them. And I'm going to tell you right now, the stars that I zoom up on, you know how some of this times the star, it has all these different shapes in it. This is me looking at it right now. If you looked at any of the videos you all that where we zoomed up, they have like these symbols in them also, little different things. And now I'm thinking, are the stars advanced technology also? Are they some type of technology? And I don't want to say that we live in a simulated world. I don't like the thought of it, but these were literally coming out of the clouds. And this is a cube. It's black on the top and white on the bottom. As the clouds went across Popocatepl volcano, see, they were all on the edges. and they were coming out and going down toward the volcano. Now, I heard that, we do have advanced technology and that there's beings inside the earth. But if there's beings inside the earth, what type of beings are they? Are they good beings or are they bad beings? Okay, are they? Let me show you this. This is what it looked like as these groups of clouds moved. This is where they would exit. Right here, they would come off the cloud tips. And if you watched that video last night, the live video, we saw like cubes. I was talking about the cubes and the square of the sun, the Borg. But these right here, you can go to the live webcam. They got good graphics now. You can get HD 1080, and it's powered by Starlink, but this is in the clouds. And you can see up here, they're in the clouds. But what are they? And where do they come from? You may say, all I see is a bunch of smoke, woman. It's just pixels. No, I'm not. No, it's much more than pixels. It's so much more. They want us to think that all this pixelation, these cubes and stuff, these anomalies that we're seeing in the sky, that's all it is. It's just effects of poor quality cameras positioned no matter where they're at. But that's not the case. It's not the case. There's something in the clouds. And they're coming out of the clouds. If you know how to get to the webcam taxi, go there. And you can go to areas of interest and just click volcanoes and go to Popocatepetl and look. Because this is not, again, this is kind of alarming to me personally. Because normally, you can just see them in the clouds, but no, they were coming out of the tips of the clouds. As the clouds went by, you can see them. They're black, and they remind me of the whole crew of them when the sun had that solar eruption. It was massive, and NASA deemed it a particle event. There was all these little black cubes and white cubes that came out of the sun, and they called it a particle event, and they were super intelligent. They had the ability to line themselves up, and they look like these. There was a big batch of black ones. They could line themselves up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in big long strings and connect. And there was a bunch of white ones too. I've done videos on that also. Came out of the solar flare, out of a coronal hole. It was a big square hole that opened up inside the sun, is what it was. And even if you look down here, these aren't normal clouds. There's something else down there at the base of the Popocatepetl. Popocatepetl, I think, is more than a volcano. I really do, if you're just tuning in. Good morning, everyone. It's raining where I'm at. I wanted to show this, if you have the patience to look at it, really. But I took this image last night because of, the tips of the clouds. I saw the black. I can use my pointer. I saw the black at the tip of the clouds and then the white solid base. That's what I was focusing on. But as I opened up my laptop this morning, this is what I seen over here. Now see, look, these are like some kind of a ship in the clouds. They are. They're like cube-like structures. There's the black and white. I've seen these personally through a webcam, I think in Argentina, in the sky, black at the top and white at the bottom. You can see them. This isn't just whatever. These clouds are loaded with some type of technology that is not of this earth, but they probably are of this earth. They're in the clouds. Look as we zoom up right here. This is not normal cloud structure. But I came over to here, and then this great big massive thing is in the clouds. Cloaked in the clouds, it looks like a great big old cylinder-like ship, part of a cylinder ship cloaked in the clouds, and that's not a cloud. But this is the Popocatepetl, and this is sticking out like a sore thumb. Good morning, you all. I debated whether I was going to come on here and say anything about this as I was looking at the the little black ones and the white ones. But then I went to that picture, and no, that's massive. That's massive. It is, you all. It's massive. Can you imagine what the rest of this looks like behind these clouds? What the rest of it must look like. And when I had I had a second shift job. I worked second shift. It was back in, I resigned from that job in 2020. And I remember taking an image with my cell phone of the clouds, and there were uh, mechanical advanced technology in the clouds. It was a white one. I've got a video on it in the clouds, but I've never seen, oopsie, never seen a great big massive black one right here. It's perfect. It really is. It is perfect. Perfectly cloaked. And why are they coming toward the Popocatepetl volcano and hovering around it? Really, why are they? And where or who do they belong to? Who who runs this technology? Who owns this technology that's in our skies? And it's watching everything we do, you all. If it's that advanced to be in the sky, traveling in the clouds, it is much more advanced than we are, technically. It is. And it may not be human. It may not. Well, it's not. It is controlled. These objects, these things that are dropping out of the clouds, they're not human. They're not little ships either. They're something different. They really are. I could try to go to the webcam taxi, but it's wild, you all. We've been made to think that this world, see, we got our eyes focused on things like this, we do, and things like this, but what if they are all like one and the same? What if they all go together? Like, that's the center of the sun, and no, if we zoom up on it, look at the inside of that sun. If this were like a simulator, the inside of the simulator isn't doing this, and this has the black lines in it too, you all. If that sun is a great big Borg-like structure up there, and they're hiding it from us, and there's things coming and going off of this sun, we're in trouble, and we have no control over what this is. We don't. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Personally, there isn't. There's nothing we can do. And why is it looking like that? Because it looks like what's dropped out of the sky around the Popocatepetl volcano. It does. You can see that's Beaver Dam, Beaver, Colorado. And NASA has the stereo UV 304. It does. The stereo UV 304 is the cube-like sun. And when you put all of the frames together, 20 frames per second or whatever, they're constantly moving in like a Tetris-like movement is what they're doing. And thank you for your comments. I know I'm not looking at them. I'm trying to focus on it. Really, I'm trying to focus on what I'm saying. These were some of other things of the sun that I was looking at. And sometimes, you know, you can see it kind of looks like an angle here. I don't know where this is at. There's the Pope. We're not looking at him anymore. See, look at this. This is what we've been looking at, things like that. But is it much more than that, you all? Is it really? Is it much more than The red Nibiru, the sun, is that species? Is it, well, they're supposed to be advanced, but are they so advanced that they laden the clouds with their technology and they go to the volcanoes and the technology leaves the clouds and goes into the volcanoes? Because it sounds kind of wild. It really does. Really wild. Dr. Dow, is there a metaphor in here of an Alan Parsons project, Eye in the Sky? Now see, we got this. Someone once referred yesterday, I heard someone refer as to this as some great big AI that is literally creating circumstances or doing something, and that it wasn't what we thought. That's what someone referred to it as. When you come to these live webcams and you see the blurred out areas like that, be suspicious because there's something in the blurred out areas. And it's not, see, look at the sun. Someone said, well, Gina, it's not a diamond-shaped sun, it's a cube-like. Okay, well, what if it is a bunch of cubes in that sun? What if it is? There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, we can raise awareness. And this is something else I saw. What's that? What on earth is that? This is what is being reflected as that sun goes down at this place right here. I saw it the other night, but I didn't want to get on here and do another video. What is that? Because that don't look normal either, you all. It doesn't. That don't look normal, and that doesn't look normal. This sky has so many secrets, so many mysterious things in it. It does. And I'm not just saying it. Hello. I'm not just saying it. It's wild. It's so wild. Plasma. Okay, so we got the normal looking stuff like that. We do. Normal looking. See, look at this. Look at that. This is the reflection of something up there, is what it is. The reflection of something up there. And it's not just the camera. It's not. And there's something at the core right there. And then you've got a red object. Something at the core. And it does look like a great big eyeball. Great big eyeball. You can see it. And it looks like this converges depending on the distance of the sun. There's something in it. And it picks it up. It picks it up, but we're supposed to get back over here to, I know I took a lot of images of it. I was trying to see what I could see. And I was seeing like ships up here also, great big long ships with windows. Let me put this back to me, you all. But this at the Popocatepetl, I'm get back to the Popocatepetl. I'm not going to keep you much longer. I just watched these clouds as they went across the sky. And these started coming out of all the edges of the clouds. And they would come out, and I think they would go down into the volcano. They would. And you really have to ask yourself, do all the volcanoes have to have cloud cover on them all the time? Great big massive clouds that settle on the top of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And they've named these clouds, even though they look like great big old flying disc layered on top of volcanoes, they gave them a name as some sort of a cloud, when they're not some sort of a cloud. They're UFOs. They're higher dimensional ships, advanced technology built ships, plasma, whatever you want to call it, you are, but there's something in the clouds. There's advanced technologies, and these aren't spheres. This is something much different. These are not the discs. There's something much different. They're Borg-like. They're artificial intelligence, but they're intelligent. They are real, and they're coming out of the clouds. Advanced technology, squares, different types of squares, different rectangles and cubes coming out of the clouds as they get near the Popocatepetl, and they're going down to the base. They're probably going inside the Popocatepetl, is what they're probably doing. Look at this, you all. This is cube-like. This is Borg-like. It is. And before you say, woman, you've done lots, go look for yourself. Take the time to go to the Popocatepetl volcano. Make sure you're looking at it in 1080. Slow it down because they have the settings where you can slow it down to 0.25. Take some screenshots before you try to dismiss. Do your own investigation. Look into it. There's something going on. And I would venture to say that it's in the clouds all around the world. I don't think it's just here, you all. I don't. I think it's worldwide. We're being watched. We're already, if there were a so-called invasion, well, they're already here. They're already here in the clouds. And when I would document plasma at Dublin in Ireland, I documented some of these coming out of the clouds. They flew right out, flying cubes, flying cubes. Whatever and whoever this technology belongs to, when I did the Dublin, Ireland, with the plasma, those cubes were already in the clouds. That's before our world got turned upside down. And when the sun had that coronal flare, massive coronal eruption, where the square opened up in the sun and all of these little black cubes and stuff came out, they just said it's just particles, just little particles and debris. No, that's not debris. You dismissing alien technology as debris? No, you can't do that. Well, I guess you could if you wanted. You could dismiss it as debris. But these, they popped out of the clouds at the Popocatepetl. They did. They popped out of the clouds, went down to wherever they went down, and then you got a big canister ship, part of a ship. This probably ain't even 1/8 of the ship, not even 1/16 of what's behind these clouds. And this really does. This looks like it would be round because it looks like it's at a certain view. And then there's the rest of it. It's curved and it goes that way. It goes that way, you all. I'm not going to go to the webcam because that requires me to be multitasking, and look at that. Well, according to something that I listened to yesterday, there is like a regular, like, intelligence on this earth that's always been there, you know, forever and ever. But this invading intelligence, advanced technology, it has invaded, is what it is. That's how it was being described, more or less. I'm trying to put it in my terms. It invaded our world, our skies, our universe. It came in, and it's trying to take over, is what it was described as. Is that what it is inside these clouds? Is it? Because it's up there. You can see it right up here. You can see them if you go to the products and the square shapes. These are artificial clouds, yet they have the technology to do whatever. They do. Technology to do, I don't know what it is that they do, but they've got it. And see, here's Popocatepetl again. I didn't know I had this image of how they go to the Popocatepetl, is what they do. And they do their thing. Look at the shape of this cloud, you all. Look at it. It looks like it is consistent. It is made up of different shapes forming our clouds. And the clouds do look fake. If you zoom up on them, they look fake. Look at that. It doesn't look normal to me right there at all. It doesn't. And I think I've probably done enough. I have. I've ran my mouth enough. So to me, if these are in the clouds, and if somebody wants to cry, well, we're having a fake alien invasion, this don't look fake to me at all. It doesn't. It does not look fake one bit. This looks very real, and it is real. And you can see what's in these clouds. It's not fake. It's not fake. And they would have you to believe that it would be something else. Look at these. They're cubes. They're Borg cubes, advanced technology in our skies. Right there. Little cubes flying around, but they're not so little. Yeah. They're not little. This ain't fake. Don't be listening to the people who want to tell you the government is, the world is planning a fake alien invasion. That's not fake. We got some advanced technology in the sky, in the clouds around the world, and it's gathering data. It's gathering data on every single person, every single place. If it's that advanced to be up there, it's that advanced to gather intelligence and data. It knows exactly what it's doing, exactly. And it can organize itself and make all kinds of structures. It can. But this is Popocatepetl. They got really good graphics now. They didn't used to, but they got good graphics now. See, look at that. It's going down into the volcano is what it's going to do. It's going to go down into the volcano right here. And whatever they're going to do down there, I don't know what they're going to do. Look at this. I guess I took it last night. I did. I took it last night. I'm supposed to be getting off of here, you all. This is 11:07 last night. You can see it's in the clouds, and they're going to the Popocatepetl volcano. And I don't know if they're going to other volcanoes or other places of origin. I don't, because I didn't study them. I didn't. This is the only one that I went to. And you know, you can see them. They remind me of the cubes. The cubes that showed up in the WeWork building, and they were trying to take over, build their own reality. Maybe they are trying to build their own world. They're terraforming our skies. You ever think about that? They're terraforming our skies to make their world. And they're scouting every single inch is what they're doing. And isn't that what the Borg had their eyes set on the Earth? The Borg did. They were going to conquer the Earth. This is last night, you all. And maybe Popocatepetl isn't really what we think. Maybe that's just imitation, but they're going there. They are. Maybe Popocatepetl is a big simulation. Maybe it looks much different. I don't know if anybody's allowed to go there. Maybe these just somehow go inside the mountain or something. I hope that these ships aren't my ships. They could be. This is the ships that I documented. And well, they have various shapes, but they're white and they can make themselves different colors. These look like ancient stones and stuff like that, you all. This is what I documented, and they were like interdimensional. They would appear when they wanted to and disappear when they wanted to. And they look like massive structures. They do. And this is what they look like in the inverted mode. It's all a mystery. It really is a mystery. This is kind of rounded at the top too. I don't know. All I know is we got a massive structure now, massive ship, and it's bound to be massive. And I've done talk too much, Gina. You talking for 30 minutes on here. I'm sorry, I really am, but the edge detect. That wasn't no edge. I didn't show any edge detect at all on these pictures. This was the actual picture of the ships. Without the edge detect, this was more detail brought into them with sharpening of the image for this right here. And it did. It brought it out. And this was the inverted mode of that particular one. This is their shape right here in the inverted mode. So I'm going to go. I am. But before you are quick to dismiss that which you personally have not examined and studied, go do it yourself. Go study it, go examine it, and try to dismiss what I'm saying by the evidence that is clearly in the video footage that is powered by Starlink. Okay, try to dismiss it. Try to zoom up, try to study it, and try to say there isn't something coming out of those clouds or that there isn't something in those clouds. Try to. You can do it and just flat out doing it and make fun of it, but you're not being scientific in your study. You're not. You're not looking at it from an analytical, scientific point of view at all. Our world has changed. Our skies have changed. There's advanced technology in the sky. And I hope that it is not a Borg-like race that is trying to terraform. It's starting with the skies and terraforming the clouds and stuff up there. Because next, after it gets done up there, it's going to come to the earth and terraform the people. If it's like the Star Trek and stuff, where they want to assimilate the humans and make them all as one. We are Borg, we are one. Then we're in trouble. And I don't think it's hypothetical. I don't, to think like that. They've put it in the movies. They're already talking about simulation, simulated in worlds and stuff like that. The metaverse and the Starlink and the Neuralink. Starlink, Neuralink, the Neuralink to keep your Neuralink thing hooked up to the Starlink with the 5G all around the world. Powerful, very powerful. Starlink is and Neuralink is. Had a hidden agenda, do you think? Yeah. And 5G powered drone technology that can run reconnaissance missions and stuff and be retrofitted with things. They admitted it. 5G. Yeah, all around the world, it's like a great big net. So I am going to go, you all, but that's pretty cool. I just saw this morning because it was so late last night at the Popocatepetl volcano. I did. Tahala debut. Thank you. It is, you've got to be able to think. And Einstein would tell you also, you've got to be able to think and for yourself, and analyze and think outside the box, because there's so much more going on than what meets the eye. So I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I would have showed this last night, but I thought, no, I'm just going to go to sleep. And today was the day. We got advanced technology in our skies, in the clouds, and at Popocatepetl, it's going off the tip of the clouds. There's something underground, great big mega structures, and probably a whole new civilization advanced also. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. So while they're watching us, we're watching them. See, we are. We're watching them too. Love you.